Hey guys, in this video we're going to go through all the balance changes. I don't have any early access to these, so you just take my word for it, but you can check out the content creators channel. Let's start off with Lumi then. I think she's getting the biggest buff this change, or one of the biggest. So she is getting 800 health increase to 6,200 to 7,000, and she is getting a 9.9% projectile speed buff. I think with those two buffs combined, she will be a very tanky brawler to counter tanks. I think she'll be like a high A tier, maybe low S tier, but we're gonna have to find out. But before she was lower, probably C tier, low B tier. Now she'll definitely be a high, probably be at least A tier in my book, and at least a top 15 brawler in the game, maybe top 10, but we're gonna see. It looks like it's really an update for the Mad Evil trio, because Draco is also getting a buff. He's getting a 50. He is getting a 5% damage resistance when he's on his super, and he's getting a 5% movement speed buff on his super as well. Now I think that was the nerf that killed him, the 5% movement speed buff. I think he'll be a very strong brawler again. I don't know. I think he's going to return as a hot zone meta at least. Maybe a bit in Brawl. Is he going to be ST how he used to be? Probably not. But I could definitely see him being at least B tier. Maybe high B tier, low A tier, at least A tier. Alright, next up we have Daryl, and I think he is getting a super damage buff to 800 to 1,300 now. This will help you a lot more to finish off opponents now. Is he going to be any good? Probably not. He'll at least be C tier. It will save him from going down into the S tier just for a bit. But I think this is a step in the right direction to make him a good brawler. Next up we got a buff to Glowy. He is getting a 10% range buff. He definitely needed it. With this go to his attack, by the way. This was definitely needed with Glowy because 20% was a bit too much. It should be, normally if a brawler is broken and it's because of the range, it should be nothing like around 9%, 10%. I think this will definitely bring him just a bit back in the meta. I think he'll be at least B tier, but we'll wait and see. Next up we have Gigi, and so she is getting a buff. So her ammo is going to 8 to 10. So I think that's revertigo now, so she'll put out even more damage output. And her speed bonus is going to 30% to 35% at this point. We're just going to keep on doing it every update. I think this will definitely at least bring her back. This is not going to bring her too much into the meta. I think at least she'll be out the F tier. I wouldn't say any higher than D tier, but she might just serve a little use case now. Fang is getting kind of a rework his shoe, that'll be aimable, so this will definitely help him out quite a bit. And his health is going to 9,000 to 9,600. He was already a decent late pick into some snipers. Now I think he'll at least be a B tier, maybe high C tier, but we're gonna wait and see. But he's definitely gonna be he's gonna be a lot better now. Before he was close to the F tier. I think he'll definitely be out the D tier. I would say at least at max B tier. Maisie's bonus damage for star power is going to 20% to 25%. Yeah, this is not going to help her at all. This star power is still going to be the better one by far. Yeah, she's still going to suck. Next up, we got time for slow song gadget. This cooldown is going to 15 to 12 seconds. I think he'll be a lot better now. He will least, yeah, this is not going to do anything to him. He's still going to be a decent B tier brawler in my opinion. Next up we got Sergeant. He was definitely F tier before this change. After the change, probably bottom of the D tier at best. He is getting a 7% buff to his supercharge rate from super. So basically he's just getting a 7% buff from supercharge from super. This is not gonna have out. I think this is only. I think he only does buff hit 2 people. Yeah, this is definitely gonna. He's still gonna be bad. So don't expect him to go anywhere up better. Finishing off the buffs is Lola, and I think so. When your clone was next to you, it will deal 50% less damage. Well, that's going to 33. This is definitely going to make her elite. I think the pros will actually value her again. So definitely expect it to be in the B tier, my next tier list. Which is not going to come until May, by the way. Right. Now we have the nerfs. Starting off with Grom. Yeah, this is quite a stupid change in my opinion. He's getting a nerf and a buff. So his damage, bonus damage, star power is going to 30% to 35%, but to compensate for that, according to Adrian, his damage is going to 2,280 to 2,060. I don't understand why they wouldn't just buff his damage instead of buffing his star power damage, or just buff both of them. And even that, they didn't have to buff their main attack damage that much. Yeah, this is going to kill Grom. He's going to be the worst brawler in the game. But the star power damage is actually enough. He will not deal as much damage as he used to at the end of the attack. Yeah, expect him to be the worst brawler in the game. Mortis's damage reduction for coiled snake is going to 40%. 35%. This is a nice nerf. Will it kill him? Not, definitely not. He's probably going to be in high A tier now. Probably top of the A tier, bottom of the S tier now. But we'll wait and see. Ziggy is getting enough. Thank God he is. He definitely needed enough. The buff they gave him a long time ago was definitely way too strong. So his electric shuffle gadget is going to 13 seconds to 17. This will definitely, so this will make it, he won't control the map barely. So he won't control the map as much as he used to, and yeah, that is very enough. His supercharge rate is going to go to 5 hits to 6 hits, so 6% nerf, I believe. And his main attack delay is being nerfed by 7%, I think. So overall, some very decent nerfs. I think this will definitely make him a B tier / A. But I still think he's still going to be at least a really solid brawler. Just because of that stupid super. Next up, so the star power and the gadget being fixed, they will no longer stack, and his health is going to 7,200 to 6,600. So overall, some very decent nerfs. Yeah, I think he's going to be a C-tier brawler now. He's not going to be terrible, but yeah, he will definitely be a lot less stronger. And as the more buffs come into the game, he's just going to get worse and worse. So yeah, don't max him out. Definitely expect him to drop. Next up, we got Pierce. He is getting nerf to his damage, super damage. It is going to 3,200 to 2,800, and his slow star power is going to 30% to 25%. I do like these changes, especially the slow one. It was really annoying. I think he just needs enough to the hypercharge and the super, to be honest. They should have just done the supercharge rate and the hypercharge rate, because I think those are the biggest problems. And a gadget. He's still going to be S tier, I think. So yeah, Pierce is still going to be a very strong brawler. And sorry for not showing him. I accidentally showed this again. Let's jump into the next. Clancy is next, and he is getting a 80% range nerf. This is definitely going to impact him just a little bit. I think he's still going to be a decent brawler, like maybe A tier, high B tier. But he just won't be as good as he used to be. But this is a pretty decent nerf to him. Well, next up we got a nerf to BB. Here, extra damage is going to 20% to 15. Yeah, I don't think that's going to do very much. And vitamin booster healing is going to 60% to 15. She's still going to be a very strong brawler in my opinion. A tier still. This just does nothing to her. Nadia is also getting 3 nerfs. I don't think she's still going to be the best brawler in the game just because of the hypercharge. So first, her health is going to 6,800, I believe. No, sorry, 7,000. Sorry, I'll just read you out on this here. So her level 1 HP is going to 3,200 to 3,200 to 2,400. So that's the snake's HP. That is going to 3,200 to 2,400. Next, I think she's getting enough to her. Okay, so snakes only explode, I think. Okay, so now our second projectile no longer auto-aim into bushes. This is a very nice nerf. I don't think this is definitely, but then I think she's now getting enough to her snakes as well. They will no longer explode when being defeated. That is another really nice nerf. And once again, her snake's health is going to 3,200 to 2,400. But I've just spawns double the stakes, and I think there's a poisonous trail. So that is, she's still going to be the best brawler again in the game, as I said. Alright, let's just jump into the buffies. We didn't watch the video yesterday because no one watched it. Alright, now let's just jump into the buffies now. Credit to spenlc just for the gameplay since I don't have early access to it. So make sure you just go and check them out. Anyway, starting with her art gadget, she'll now throw basically a attack that can go through walls, and if it hits, then basically they'll just be hypnotized like an Ollie hypnotized. Then I think they just follow her. Then the hypnotize only lasts for 1 second, but 1 second is probably just enough to land a shot or use your super without taking any damage. So this will definitely help her out quite a bit. Or this could just be clutch in some really. Or this could be clutch if you get a bad situation. These can go through walls. Sorry, I'm not the best at saying things. Next up, we got the gotcha gadget. Colette fires a projectile that heals 80% of the damage dealt. Uses ammo and can be fired 3 times before the cooldown. This is definitely a good change to Colette, because it used to be it only lasted for about seconds. Now you have 3 ammo for this. This is definitely going to be, the gadget will be a lot better, but I think then that gadget will just be better for the hypnotize, but we're gonna see. Alright, next up we got the push it star power. So all the enemies bullets hit by Colette's charge will be carried to the furthest point of the attack at the max distance, and they're stunned for 0.2 seconds, and it'll be a lot faster, like lightning fast, like on the screen. So this will definitely help her out quite a bit. Yeah, that is just gonna be insane. Like lightning fast. Like you won't be able to. It will be way harder to hit her if she's using that star power. And now we have the mass attack star power. She will take 75 less damage during her super, and gains a 30% shield for 3 seconds if she hits a brawler. 75 less damage. Yeah, that is just OP. And she will steal 33% of that ammo. Yeah, that will be very strong on Colette. Yeah, I definitely see a Colette meta coming, which is good for me. And it looks like she gets a lot of ammo. So basically, if you hit 2 opponents with a super, you can probably just get a full ammo back if you are like 0 ammo. Yeah, this is a very scary change, Buffy. Let's jump into the hypercharge Buffy. Right. Let's just jump into the hypercharge Buffy now, and this is probably the scariest one for Colette. Now Colette's spirit follows her during her dash, damaging enemies on the way. That's just the normal hypercharge, but the Buffy hypercharge, Colette follows up each main attack with a smaller second attack that deals less damage. I think that's still 1,000 damage, but so basically 2-shot super thing, yeah, that just becomes 1,000 times easier now. So I think with all these Buffys combined, she's just going to become an S-tier brawler. So yeah, expect to collect better on your way. Right, let's just make Griff quick. Griff throws a firecracker filled with a piggy bag that explodes after a short delay. Griff can now shoot the piggy bag to charge up. It increases the explosion, and you can aim it, and it will just do more damage. So this will definitely help Griff out a lot more. And for his coin shower already, it's just basically just a bunch. It just showers a coin in just an area. It just grows bigger over time. Yeah, just looseless. For his star power, it will just his attack becomes wider, and for his other resilient star power, he will heal himself when his super comes back to him, and for his hypercharge Buffy, he will just pierce through brawlers. Yep, this is a very broken Buffy. Definitely expect Griff to climb up way high in the meta, at least a high A tier, S tier. Right, so I don't know how to say this gadget, so yeah, but just let spenlc explain. Audio is low just for copyright. Alright, let's just go over star powers and hypercharge Buffy and gadget Buffy quickly, just so you know. So basically, he'll just throw a scarf that just jumps over a wall. So I'm not explaining it the best. For one of his other gadget Buffys, he is just invincible for the next be invincible. Yeah, that is just broken. He'll so he can't be affected by stuns, slows, or knockbacks, I believe. So this gadget will just be perfect to finish off kills when you just launch onto a brawler. Will probably be best to use it. And for his star power Buffys, when he lands on top of a brawler upon landing, he will do extra damage when he lands on top of them. And for his cups, he will, when he takes down a brawler, he will heal himself. And for the hypercharge Buffy, I do think it's overrated just because he will deal less damage, but he has more range. So this might just be good for a finisher, but it's not that broken just because it only deals like 100,000 damage, which is not the most broken in the world, but yeah, it will definitely help him out if you want to finish opponents off. That is it for today's video. No skins, just because once again I don't care about the skins. Because I think with all these buffs, yeah, I think it's just gonna create more S tiers. They did cook with taking two brawlers out of the S tier, but yeah, I would definitely expect Lumi, Colette, Griff, and maybe Edgar into the S tier. That is it for today's video. I'll probably do a top 15 best brawler video, maybe top 10 on a Tuesday or Wednesday, depending when the balance changes come out. I'll do a balance video first and the Buffy's video, and then the balance changes. Alright, Pipe Box out.